Urgent, the last Rapture sign just appeared. Jonathan Cahn Best Motivational Speech 2025. There is a moment, a single, fleeting moment, when a man stands at the edge of everything he thought he knew and realizes the world he built may not be enough. Young men, listen closely. This is not just another message. This is an alarm sounding deep within your soul. For years, you have searched for love, for purpose, for meaning. You've chased after dreams that left you empty. You've tried to fill the void with distractions, with social media likes, with temporary pleasures, and yet emptiness lingers. But tonight, something has changed. The last Rapture sign, the final whisper of a warning long foretold, has appeared. It is not outside of you, it is within you. It calls you to wake up, to stand firm, and to face the truth that you cannot ignore. Your heart knows it. You feel it in the quiet moments, late at night when no one is watching. It is a call to rise, to seek something eternal, to stop being a man who drifts, who hides, who fears connection, who fears authenticity. This is not about fear. This is about awakening. The world is shifting beneath your feet. And the signs are everywhere. It is no longer enough to exist. It is time to step into the man you were created to be, to reclaim your purpose, and to embrace a life that is real, profound, and unshakable. The sign is here, and when I say that, I don't mean a flashy headline or something you scroll past on social media. I mean a sign that pierces through the noise of your life, a sign that grabs you by the shoulders and says, "Wake up, pay attention." This matters because the truth is, too many of us go through life blind, numb, distracted by 1,000 little things that don't really matter. And while we're busy doing that, the world is shifting around us. Things are changing in ways we can't ignore. And this last Rapture sign, it's not just an event out there. It's inside you. It's in the feeling of something missing. It's in that restless energy that keeps you up at night, that whisper in your chest telling you there is more, that you are meant for more. Most men will ignore it. They'll say, "It's fine. I'll deal with it later," but later isn't promised. Later may never come, and that's the thing about signs. They don't wait for your convenience. They demand presence. They demand awareness. And if you ignore them, you risk living a life that is incomplete. A life where you look back and realize you were so close to stepping into your true purpose, and yet you let fear and distraction win. This sign, it's a mirror. It's showing you where you've settled, where you've played small, where you've avoided the hard questions about who you are, about what you really want, about whether you've been living a life that is real, that is honest, that is meaningful. And when you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to pretending everything is okay, because it isn't. You feel it. And that feeling is the truth trying to reach you. And here's the thing. The moment you recognize it, something shifts. A small crack appears in the armor you've built around yourself. And that's where growth begins. That's where the awakening starts. It's not easy. It never is. But the sign is here, and it's real. It's not about fear. It's about clarity. It's not about panic. It's about presence. This is your chance to wake up, to see the path clearly, and to step forward with courage. Because if you don't, life will keep moving, opportunities will slip away, and one day you'll realize that the sign wasn't warning you, it was guiding you, and now it's your choice whether you follow it or ignore it. If you want, I can also expand all 6 chapters in the same lecture style. 450 word format each, so you'd have a complete, fully scripted YouTube motivational speech ready to record in one cohesive flow. There's a void inside you, and I don't mean a little emptiness you can't scroll past or ignore. I mean a deep, echoing space that whispers in the quiet moments, a space that says, "Is this all there is?" It's uncomfortable, isn't it? That feeling you get late at night when everyone else is asleep, and you're staring at the ceiling, thinking about your life, your choices, your relationships, and wondering, am I enough? That void, it's not a curse, it's not a punishment, it's a signal. It's your soul speaking to you, asking you to look inward, asking you to confront the parts of yourself you've been running from. Most men avoid this. They fill it with noise work, distractions, entertainment, meaningless validation from social media, anything to ignore the hollow feeling inside. But here's the truth. The void cannot be outrun. The more you run, the more it waits for you, and eventually it grows louder, more insistent, until it cannot be ignored. And that's when life starts to feel heavy. That's when dissatisfaction, frustration, and even anger creep in. Because deep down, you know you're capable of more. You know you've been settling for less than what you were created to do, to feel, to experience. Facing the void isn't comfortable. It isn't easy. It forces you to look at yourself honestly, to see your fears, your failures, your doubts, and your regrets. But here's the thing. It's also where transformation begins. The void is the birthplace of courage. The void is the place where you realize that everything you've been avoiding, every uncomfortable truth, is actually an invitation to grow, an invitation to redefine yourself, to stop running, to stop hiding, to step into the man you are meant to be. So, listen closely. Don't just ignore that feeling. Tonight, don't push it aside. Sit with it, examine it, ask it why it's there, and then take action, because the men who embrace the void, who stare it down and take responsibility for it, are the men who rise above their circumstances. They are the men who find purpose, who find connection, who find meaning. The void is not your enemy. It's your guide. And the moment you choose to face it, you step into the life you were always meant to live. Connection, real connection. That's what every man craves, whether you admit it or not. But here's the hard truth. Most of the connections you've been chasing are empty, superficial. They make you feel good for a moment, but then you're right back where you started, lonely, restless, unsatisfied. And it's not just about dating or friendships or social circles. It's about being seen, being understood, being known in a way that actually matters. Because at the core of it, we all want someone or something that makes us feel whole. And the fact is, you can't fake that. You can't scroll your way into it. You can't swipe it into existence. Here's where it gets real. Authentic connection starts with you. It starts with being honest about who you are, about what you feel, about the fears and insecurities you've been hiding. It's scary. Vulnerability always is. But without it, you're building walls, pretending to be someone you're not, and wondering why no one truly gets you. True connection demands courage, the courage to show up as your real self, to speak your truth, to listen, and to care without expecting anything in return. And it's not just with other people. Authentic connection is also about connecting with life itself, your purpose, your passions, your values. Because if you're disconnected from yourself, you'll never form real bonds with anyone else. You'll settle. You'll tolerate less than you deserve. You'll pretend that something hollow feels good enough, but you know it doesn't. You feel it every time you lie to yourself, every time you hide your feelings, every time you avoid the hard conversations that could change your life. So how do you start? It begins small. A truthful conversation, a moment of listening without judgment, a gesture of genuine care, and then, slowly, deliberately, you begin to dismantle the walls you've built around your heart. You stop chasing superficial approval and start cultivating relationships that nourish your soul. And here's the beautiful part. Once you do, the world responds, people notice, opportunities open, doors you didn't even know existed start to appear, because authenticity attracts authenticity. The energy you put out becomes the energy you receive. The path isn't easy. Vulnerability is uncomfortable. Rejection will happen. But the men who are willing to take that risk, to reach out, to connect, to be real, they are the men who experience life fully. They are the men who feel alive. And the moment you stop pretending, the moment you dare to connect authentically, your life will begin to shift in ways you never imagined possible. Purpose. It's one of those words that sounds big, maybe even intimidating. But purpose isn't about doing something flashy or being famous or making a ton of money. Purpose is about meaning. It's about waking up each morning with a reason to get out of bed that goes beyond comfort, beyond distraction, beyond survival. And here's the thing. Most men drift through life without it. They follow routines, habits, other people's expectations, and wonder why it feels hollow, why every achievement seems empty, why nothing ever seems to satisfy. That's because without purpose, nothing can anchor you. Nothing can give your life weight, direction, or fire. You feel it, don't you? That restlessness, that nagging feeling that you're capable of more but don't know how to reach it. That's your purpose knocking. It's saying, there's a reason you exist. There's something only you can do. And if you ignore it, you're living a life half lived. And so many men ignore it. They say, I'll figure it out later, or I'm too busy. But time is not waiting, life doesn't pause, and when you finally wake up to the truth, it's often too late to reclaim the moments you've wasted. The power of purpose is that it transforms everything. It turns ordinary actions into meaningful steps. It gives clarity in chaos. It gives courage when fear threatens to paralyze you. It turns pain into fuel. When a man knows his purpose, rejection becomes a lesson, failure becomes a teacher, and even the hardest struggles take on meaning. You start to see life differently because everything you do is aligned with something bigger than yourself. You begin to move not just through time, but with direction, with intention, with fire. Finding purpose isn't easy. It requires honesty. It requires asking the hard questions. What do I truly care about? What am I avoiding? How am I wasting the gifts I've been given? And it requires action. Small, deliberate steps taken consistently, even when you don't feel ready, even when doubt creeps in, even when others can't see it. Because purpose is not something handed to you, it's something you uncover by facing yourself, by listening to the quiet stirrings of your heart, and by having the courage to pursue them relentlessly. And here's the truth: a man without purpose drifts. A man with purpose becomes unstoppable. He inspires, he creates, he connects, he lives fully. So don't wait, don't settle. The moment you embrace your purpose, you change everything, not just for yourself, but for everyone whose life you touch. That's the power of purpose. That's the fire that awakens a man. That's the life you were meant to live. Life is going to test you. It's going to throw storms at you that you never saw coming, storms that shake you to your core, that make you question everything you believed about yourself. And here's the reality: every man faces them: loss, rejection, failure, betrayal, isolation. These are not exceptions. They are part of the journey. And the difference between the men who thrive and the men who break isn't luck, talent, or opportunity. It's courage. The courage to stand when everything inside you is screaming to run. The courage to face the pain instead of hiding from it. The courage to move forward even when the path is unclear, even when the world seems against you. Most men avoid the storm. They seek comfort, safety, easy paths. But comfort never builds strength. Comfort never shapes character. It never prepares you for the moments that matter most, the moments when your resolve will be tested, when the pressure is unbearable, when your choices define your destiny. The storm doesn't discriminate. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It comes whether you like it or not. And the men who survive it, who emerge stronger, are not those who never felt fear. They are those who acted in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear, acknowledging it, and stepping forward anyway. Courage is not a one-time event. It's a habit. It's a practice. It's a decision every single day to confront life head on, to take responsibility for your choices, and to refuse to be defined by circumstances outside your control. It's about building resilience in quiet moments so that when the storm hits, you don't crumble, you rise. And here's the truth: storms also reveal who you are. They strip away the pretenses, the masks, the distractions. They show you what matters, what you value, what you're willing to fight for. They show you the strength you didn't know you had. So when the storm comes, and it will, don't run, don't shrink, don't numb yourself. Stand tall, stand firm, face it with grit, with faith, with unwavering belief that this too is shaping you, preparing you, awakening something within that you never knew existed. Because the man who learns to walk through storms, who refuses to be broken by them, who takes each trial and turns it into fuel, is the man who discovers what he's truly capable of. He is the man who inspires, who leads, who loves deeply, who lives fully. Courage in the storm is not optional. It is essential. It is what separates those who drift from those who rise, and it is available to you right now. If you choose to claim it, the final sign is not just a warning, it is an invitation to awaken to something far greater than the struggles, the distractions, the fears that have kept you small for so long. Young men, listen closely. The world will try to convince you that life is about comfort, convenience, and temporary pleasure. But deep down, you know that's a lie. You feel it in the quiet moments, in the restless nights, in the gnawing sense that there is more, that you were created for something far bigger than what you've settled for. That is the call of Eternal truth, and it will not be ignored. Eternal truths are not abstract ideas. They are principles that anchor a life that matters. They are what gives courage in the storm, purpose in the chaos, and clarity in the confusion. They teach us that life is not just a series of random events, but a journey with meaning, a path with direction, a story in which every challenge, every heartbreak, every success is a thread in a tapestry that only makes sense when you see it from the perspective of something greater than yourself. And the moment you begin to see that, your life changes. Awakening is not easy. It requires honesty. It requires courage. It requires the willingness to confront the parts of yourself you've hidden, the fears you've ignored, the mistakes you've buried. But here's the truth. Growth, transformation, and fulfillment only begin when you stop running from reality and start facing it with open eyes and an open heart. The final sign is not meant to scare you. It is meant to guide you. It is meant to shake you awake from the illusion that life is fleeting and meaningless, and to show you that every choice you make, every action you take, every thought you nurture is part of a life that can leave a mark far beyond your own time. So, what will you do with this awakening? Will you continue drifting, waiting for tomorrow, hoping someone else will give you the answers you already hold within? Or will you rise fully aware, fully awake, and step into the life you were meant to live? The choice is yours. And the truth is, the moment you decide to awaken, the world changes, your perspective changes, your relationships, your purpose, your courage, your connection to life itself. All of it transforms. Awakening to eternal truths is not a one-time event. It is a journey. It is the path to living a life that is real, that is deep, that is unshakable. It is the life of a man who refuses to settle, who refuses to drift, who embraces his purpose and steps boldly into the calling that waits for him. That is the awakening. That is the gift of the sign, and that moment right now is yours. If you want, I can now combine all 6 chapters into a single, flowing YouTube speech script, complete with emotional pacing, pauses, and call to action, ready for recording in Jonathan Cahn style. So now it's up to you. No more distractions, no more excuses, no more pretending that life will wait for you. You've heard the signs, you've felt the stirrings inside. You know that deep down, you're capable of more than you've been living. And if you don't act now, if you don't step into your purpose, if you don't face the void, embrace connection, summon courage, and awaken to the truth, then nothing changes. But here's the thing, you can change. You can rise. You can live a life that is bold, real, and unshakable. It starts with one choice, one decision, right now. One moment where you refuse to settle, where you refuse to drift, where you choose to be the man you were meant to be. If this message hit you, if it stirred something in your heart, then don't just let it fade. Do something right now, like this video, because it tells YouTube this message matters. Comment below with what you're committing to change, what fire you're igniting inside yourself, because your words might inspire someone else to wake up. Share this video with someone who needs this reality check, because you never know whose life you could change by helping them see the truth. And subscribe, because we're only just beginning. This is a journey, and you deserve to walk it fully awake, fully alive, fully connected.